Where Manny had a great career, but boxing retired Manny. Manny didn't retire from boxing. There's a difference. So, of course, if I was Manny Pacquiao, would I be chasing Floyd Mayweather to do an exhibition to get a good payday? Absolutely. Absolutely, I will.
Bro, I can beat that guy. Mayweather may come back and say, let me go beat that guy.
Champ.
You know? And then, because I guarantee, right now, if Mayweather comes back and fights him, my money's on Floyd. Easy. Right now, I had Floyd's age. Easy.
Mayweather makes a comeback and fights him, I'm putting my money on Floyd, no question. Even now, considering his age, it still looks like an easy win. At 48 years old, Floyd Mayweather appears as fierce and unstoppable as ever, unleashing powerful blows on the heavy bag with explosive force. Following the Barrios fight, there's been increasing speculation that Manny Pacquiao is once again interested in facing Mayweather. He's even gone so far as to publicly challenge Floyd, saying that if he wants the rematch, he should sign the contract. At the same time, Mayweather has been seen in the gym, undergoing intense training sessions, fueling even more rumors of a possible return to the ring.
Everyone great?
Floyd Mayweather confidently stated that it wasn't him who retired Manny Pacquiao, it was the sport of boxing itself. Speaking with his usual self-assurance, Mayweather remarked that if he were in Pacquiao's position, he would also want another fight, especially one that comes with a massive payday. His comments highlight his sharp understanding of boxing as a business, implying that Pacquiao's desire for a rematch is driven not only by the thrill of competition but also by financial incentives. Whether intended as a subtle jab or simply a candid observation, Mayweather suggested that Pacquiao's motivation may be rooted more in economics than in preserving or enhancing his legacy.
Where Manny had a great career, but boxing retired Manny. Manny didn't retire from boxing. There's a difference. So, of course, if I was Manny Pacquiao, would I be chasing Floyd Mayweather to do an exhibition to get a good payday? Absolutely, I will.
The historic rivalry between Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao is deeply rooted in years of failed negotiations and mutual blame. Fans from both camps continue to debate who was truly responsible for delaying their original bout, with accusations that Mayweather backed out twice, while Pacquiao did so once. These missed opportunities have only added to the tension between the two fighters, as each has pointed fingers at the other over time. As a result, anticipation and frustration around a potential rematch has only intensified. Their rivalry extends far beyond the ring, it's entrenched in the politics, decisions, and behind-the-scenes drama that have shaped their legacies.
Floyd, the biggest fight in boxing. I do think that Pacquiao was willing to face Mayweather in this situation, he just didn't want to agree to those stipulations. And if the stipulations aren't too ridiculous, I think it is ducking. Pacquiao would then face Joshua Clottey instead on the 13th, and Floyd would go on to face Shane Mosley. Pacquiao beats Clottey by decision, and Floyd beats Mosley by decision. Half a year after the initial negotiations fell through, Pacquiao takes a U-turn and actually agrees on the 14-day blood testing. With the new stipulations, Team Pacquiao had a new offer to offer Team Mayweather. And the way they saw it, if there was no testing disputes, Floyd should be eager to take the fight. So Floyd was given a deadline to accept the deal. Top Rank was very public about this and even gave a countdown on their public website. However, one thing that needs to be considered in this situation is that Bob Arum never disclosed the actual conditions of the contracts, so there could be unfair stipulations against Floyd on the contracts.
Some critics argue that Floyd Mayweather has intentionally avoided a second fight with Manny Pacquiao, not just out of fear of losing, but specifically of losing to a fully healthy version of Pacquiao. In their first encounter back in 2015, Manny entered the ring nursing a shoulder injury, which many believe significantly impacted his performance. According to this theory, had Pacquiao been at 100%, the outcome might have been different. As a result, a segment of the boxing community believes that Mayweather is hesitant to agree to a rematch, concerned that a loss could tarnish his undefeated record and carefully built legacy.
My eyes keep telling me Wait, does Manny look like a steroid creation? Does he look like some mini Schwarzenegger? Well, I can give you any other thing that steroid can do, but not natural hand quickness. So if you're right about how Floyd Mayweather is the greatest defensive tactician in the history of boxing, what should he care about how ripped or big the head is of Manny Pacquiao?
27.
Pretty boy Floyd is worried that for the first time in his career, he is going to get hit and hit and hit. He's going to get cut. He's going to get hurt. He is scared to.
Joe Rogan, a longtime commentator on combat sports, has echoed the suspicion that Floyd Mayweather was highly strategic in choosing the timing of his fight with Manny Pacquiao. Rogan suggested that Mayweather waited until Pacquiao had already begun to show signs of decline, most notably his knockout loss to Juan Manuel Marquez, before finally agreeing to the bout. By delaying the fight until Manny's prime had passed, Mayweather may have increased his chances of a safer, more controlled victory. Rogan's perspective supports the belief that their 2015 clash was less about pure competition and more about calculated risk management.
Mayweather just did such a smart thing, but also a devious thing. Waiting until Pacquiao was older, waiting until he slowed down, and then...
Devious is not illegal in boxing.
It's encouraged.
Devious can be an asset.
That's how you retire with a 50-0
I give
record.
Floyd credit for brilliance.
It would have been an interesting fight had he fought Pacquiao when he was younger, in his prime. It would have been a very different
Would have been
fight.
a more interesting fight.
Much more different.
Because
Much more difficult
any
fight.
go-forward physical warrior like Pacquiao is going to wear down.
Exactly.
And any brilliant counterpuncher like Floyd is going to retain more.
Also the fact that Pacquiao fought him with a bum shoulder.
Money talks.
Yeah, I mean, look, I guess he was faced with this thing, legacy, or, I mean, it was the biggest pay-per-view of all time in boxing. I think it was like 4 million buys or something crazy like that.
It was huge.
Yeah, give him a cortisone shot, throw him out there. Unfortunately.